Once upon a time, in a forgotten corner of a deep, dark forest, there stood a tree that held a sinister secret. It was no ordinary tree, for it was said to be haunted by an ancient and vengeful spirit. The townsfolk dared not venture near, and those who had encountered the tree spoke of an unshakable sense of dread that filled their very souls. Legend told of a young boy named Timmy, whose curiosity led him to the heart of the forest. Drawn by an unseen force, he followed a twisted path until he stumbled upon the haunted tree. Its branches stretched out like gnarled claws, reaching towards the heavens, while its trunk oozed with a sickly, black substance. Timmy approached cautiously, unable to resist the strange allure of the tree. As he neared, a cold breeze rustled through the leaves, whispering ominous secrets that chilled him to the core. But he pressed on, stepping closer to the ancient trunk, completely enthralled. Suddenly, the atmosphere grew heavy, and a hushed silence enveloped the forest. Timmy's heart raced as he noticed the tree's branches contorting, taking on grotesque shapes that seemed to mock his presence. Panic surged within him, urging him to flee, but an unseen force held him in place, like a fly caught in a spider's web. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the forest plunged into darkness, and a blood-red moon cast an eerie glow upon the scene. Timmy's fear intensified, his senses overwhelmed by an overpowering sense of foreboding. The haunted tree's roots began to writhe and slither beneath the soil, like serpents awakening from a deep slumber. With a burst of supernatural energy, the tree unleashed its wrath upon Timmy. Its branches entangled him, constricting around his body like a suffocating embrace. The black substance oozed from the trunk, enveloping him, as if to consume his very essence. Timmy's pleas for mercy echoed through the night, but they were swallowed by the malevolent whispers of the forest. The haunted tree feasted on his fear and despair, draining his life force until all that remained was a lifeless husk, ensnared within its cursed embrace. Days turned into nights, and the townsfolk grew anxious as Timmy's absence lingered. Whispers of the haunted tree's deed spread, and a group of brave souls gathered, determined to put an end to the terror that plagued their land. They ventured into the heart of the forest, their footsteps muffled by the dense undergrowth. An unyielding anxiety settled upon them as they neared the haunted tree, knowing the danger that awaited. One by one, they faced the tree's wrath, their bodies consumed by its vengeful branches. It seemed that no force could stop the tree's reign of terror. But then, as a lone survivor trembled before the haunted tree, a realization struck. The spirit that resided within was not one of malevolence but one of unimaginable sorrow. It had been wronged in a past long forgotten, cursed to wander the forest, seeking revenge upon any who crossed its path. Filled with empathy, the survivor reached out a hand, offering forgiveness and understanding. In that moment, a tremor coursed through the haunted tree, its branches releasing their hold. The black substance receded, revealing a flicker of remorse within the tree's gnarled form. With one final sigh, the haunted tree crumbled to dust, its curse broken. The forest exhaled a collective breath, as if relieved of a heavy burden. The townsfolk, forever scarred by the horrors they had witnessed, emerged from the darkness, forever changed. As time passed, the haunted tree became nothing more than a distant memory, whispered about in hushed tones. The forest grew vibrant once again, but those who had encountered the tree would never forget the chilling embrace of its branches, nor the twist of fate that transformed a tale of terror into a poignant lesson of forgiveness and redemption.